Hey, I'm recording a voiceover here. This is Jim Cardona. I run the Tuesday League at the Delaware Pinball Collective, and what we're doing here is I'm making a video of how we're choosing the name for the winner of our end of year game that we give away. So we gave away one last year, and we're doing it again this year. And our season just ended a few weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago, and I'm finally putting this video together so we can see who won the game. So I wanted to make the video to show you how we go about selecting that name, and I made this whole video, and then I realized that my voice wasn't recorded, so now I'm doing a voiceover for at least the first half of it anyway. So this is the spreadsheet from that we use for the game for the Tuesday League, and this is located on the DPC Google Drive if anybody wants to look at it at any time. It's there for you. So I have a tab for each season and columns for each week. And so what we're going to do is we're going to copy the names out of that into a new sheet so that we can build a list of the eligible people to win the game. And the rules that we have on Tuesday League, which maybe I'll change, but the rules are that for each week you pay for, regardless if you played in it or not, but each week you pay for, you get one chance towards the game. So as you can see there, for the winter session, everybody paid for every week, so everybody got their 8 chances because they paid. The way I mark the sheets is if you're in red, that means you didn't show up that night. But you can see some people have $5 in there, so that means they paid. Now for this particular sheet with spring, you can see 3 people chose not to pay for the weeks that they didn't play. So we've got Chad, Jetta, and River, which is fine. You can do that. That's completely up to you. But then what happens is if you don't pay for, there's 2 rules, right? So the one rule is if you don't pay for all weeks, you can't play in the championships. So those 3 people didn't play in the championship, so they just said, I'm not paying for the weeks that I'm not there because I can't win the money. But then you also lose 1 chance towards the end of your game, so those 3 people are gonna get 7s instead of 8, 7 chances instead of 8 for the purpose of this game. And so we're just gonna keep copying these names in from. Now we got to do, so we did winter, spring. Now we're gonna do summer and fall. These folks all paid, so they'll all get 8 chances. We're going to copy those in, and the goal is to have all these names, and we're going to duplicate them out so that, like, if you have 8 chances, then I type your name out 8 times. If you had 32, then it's 32, and then we put them all in one big list, randomize it, and we put it into an online chooser that will randomly choose the names. Okay, so here's fall, which was the season we just finished. It's a lot shorter list of names. Not that many people played this fall. And as you can see at the bottom there, Megan and Pete, they did pay for the first 2 weeks, but then they dropped out. So they'll get 2 chances instead of 2 additional chances to, they have some chances from previous seasons. So we're going to put all those in one big list. Apologies that this video is going to be kind of long. I am trying to cut it down. I accidentally pushed pause there, but cut it back in. So yeah, apologies for the video being kind of long, but I did cut some of it out because it ended up being like 30 minutes long. And if you just want to see the winner, just fast forward to the end. But I understand some people want to see the whole process to feel that, hey, I was actually fairly represented in the count and I had a fair chance at winning this game. So there you go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to consolidate them. So you can see in this case Amanda had 3 columns there with 8, so 8, 16, 24, so she got 24 chances. So we're just going to do that with all of the names, and then I'm going to fast forward here in a second. Boom. So that's done. Now what we need to do is take all of these names and copy them out. So like if you had 8 chances, I'm going to have your name listed 8 times. If you had 32 chances, your name will be listed out 32 times. etc. And then we're going to put those all in one big fat list. I should say one big long list. It's not going to be fat, it's going to be thin. And then we're going to randomize it. So then we're going to have a random list of all these names, and we're going to take that random list and we're going to put it in a chooser, online chooser, and that online chooser is going to choose your winner. So here what we're doing here is, like I said, we're just copying these names out just so that you can see the process. And as I go through, I believe I start highlighting them at some point just to make sure that I don't miss any and everybody gets their fair shot. And I'm almost done with this voiceover because the next section I believe did capture my voice. So we're going to see the volume might drop though, I'm not sure. Alright, so let's do that. And we have all the people that have 16. Pete had 18. Then we go to all the people with 24. Megan had 26. And down here are all the people that played all 4 seasons and have 32. So from 80 down to 112, 32, right? So now we need to merge those all into one list. Good times, good times. So what I'm going to do here is now I just got to copy these over like so. And there's a method to the madness of why I'm doing this. It's because I want to scramble them all. So let's go ahead and do this all into one list. And I'm gonna, I guess, I don't know. Do you guys want to sit there and watch this? So let's do this. How long does Excel get? Yeah, it looks like Excel's no limit on the rows, so that'll be fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of these names here, and then I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Okay, so again, so we had all these names here up to 32, and we made them all in a big row. So like we got Allie Mae, right? Why isn't River? Did I miss River? I might have missed River. Let's make sure we didn't, because I didn't highlight her. Yeah, I did. Ooh, good thing I double checked that. Alright, so River's gonna get 7. We'll just stick her all the way at the bottom. These are all the names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so there's River. Get rid of this search thing. And we can do that. Alright, so we got everybody else here. And so now what we want to do is we want to randomize these. So we got a list of between 1 and, where are we at the bottom? 6, I think there's over 1,000. 1,180 names, but they're in blocks, right? So then that kind of, like the computer programmer in me kind of throws a red flag, because then these people have these blocks. So when the when it's trying to decide, and then it runs, it's like Wheel of Fortune. You run across this big block of bankruptcies. We don't want to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to randomize these. So I'm going to just make another column. I'm going to make a randomization function. So there it is. And that picks a number between 0 and 1, right? Okay, so let me just copy that 1,180 times. Oh yeah. All right. So here we go. So they're all different numbers between 1 and 0 and 1. So now what we can do is we can just sort by that, right? So now let's just select them all. Select them all. We're going to sort by this random number. So data, sort range by, is it column D? No, it's column E. Data, sort, you sucker. Alright, let's do that. Data, sort range by column E. Sort. Alright, so now what you see happened is it's much more of a mixture there of names. So now the next piece is we're going to drop this into something that's going to choose amongst these names. And we don't need these numbers anymore. All we need is the names. So let's do that. Over there. Okay, so we're back. All right, so I tried this wheel decide thing that we normally use. Where did it go? And unfortunately, wheel decide was limited to 100 choices unless you pay money. So we don't want to pay money. So what we're going to do is we just find another one. Let me grab all the names. Here we are. Control C. So I tried this one. This one, I don't know. It just came out as one line, so I didn't even hit spin. It was like I tried to copy it in, and it didn't work. So now we found this other one, random picker, randomlist.com, and it looks like we can get rid of these. Oops. Get rid of these. Get rid of these. Hit the right button. Now I can hit Control V, and we should have 1,180 different choices. Did that come out right? Let's see. Cooper, Kevin, Joe. Cooper, Kevin, Joe, Tom, Chad. Cooper, Kevin, Joe, Tom, Chad. So those are at the top. The bottom. Carolyn, Matt, Zena, Rob. So go to the bottom. And we have Carolyn, Matt, Zena, and Rob. So it looks like they're all there. So I'm going to hit this button, and then it's going to randomly pick one person out of here, and it's going to show up right here. I wish it had that wheel, because then there was like some suspense to it. This doesn't have any suspense. It's just like bam. So let's do it. There we go. And it's Amanda. Okay, there you go. So Amanda won our machine. Congratulations to Amanda. Hope this video made sense to you. And we'll see you in League, Tuesday League next year.